Oh yeah.
Like, so basically, I had moved to Austin super randomly. A girl rented an Airbnb in my apartment complex, saw me painting, said you need to move from Austin or move to Austin, and I was living in California at the time. I said Texas. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, this girl's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, okay, wait, check yourself. Like, maybe you don't know anything. So I just did Google Images, Austin, Texas, and then I was like, oh. Next day, I was like, do you want to get lunch and tell me more about Austin? And she was like, yeah, let's go. And then she ended up inviting me to come and stay with her, visit, check it all out. And I immediately fell in love, moved here a month later. And I was like, I don't know anything, whatever. Saw that a friend landed in Austin, and he made friends with people at the airport in Denver on the layover. They invited him to come visit. He introduces me to them. One of those people is Richard Samuel, who's the owner, and she tells me, "Oh, I know this art gallery. It just opened. My friend from college. Like, you got to go check it out. He's got this big event next week. We're all gonna go." And I was like, "Amazing! Oh my god, finally something cool. Whatever." I go, and it's sold out, and none of them are there, and none of them are coming. They're like, "Oh, we have other plans. We're not coming." And I was like, I go up to who now I know is Rich, but I go up to the owner, and I was like, yeah, so and so told me about this place. I was just like trying to get a ticket. Like, is it sold out? Actually, he was like, yeah, no, it's like for real sold out. And I was like, but she told me about this guy Rich. He's like, yeah, I'm Rich. I was like,
yeah, I'm Rich.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna let people in eventually, right? And he was like, yeah, I guess. And I like literally waited 3 hours at this bar until I was able to get into the event. And then I basically never left. Like, I felt the energy when I walked in. It was the first time I felt welcomed, embraced, accepted. There was so much room to explore, to grow. Like, and this is when this was just one unit. The room we're standing in now was the back room. You couldn't go in here. There was a big door. This was like all of our back room.
Wow.
It was just this one tiny unit. And then we broke into the second unit. So now where you came in, that front door is where you walk in. That's like the second unit. And then we expanded to the third unit, which is the vintage shop in the back.
Whoa, oh, and we still got to go back there.
Yeah, and that's Rich's mom's shop.
Man.
So even Cindy, the bartender who brought you over to me, like, she just randomly was here for a South by Southwest event, and then I was like, Cindy, we have to keep you.
I definitely like that. We just literally walked in here, saw the flyer, just was like, I mean, this seems cool, you know what I'm saying? And we walked around, and then as soon as we got here, though, I'm like, we're settling in right now. Like, I'm catching the vibe. So,
and this specifically tonight was a closing reception for our annual mental health show. So every year we have a mental health show. The first one was Chaos. The second one was Voices. The third one was Alchemy, and then this year was Metamorphosis.
Wow.
So we always do a big theme, huge open art call. There's always 40 plus artists in this gallery, and it's kind of this tether that keeps this community kind of connected. Like, there's so much going on in Austin. It's so hard to be present. It's so hard to be at everything. But having one exhibition every year that checks in on our people and their mental well-being is like really essential.
Thank you so much for just giving me the time to talk, and I just love what you guys are doing here.
Absolutely, so, it's my favorite thing. Thank you so much. I'm glad y'all found us.
Yes, yes.